Bye.
All right, you guys. So, Kimberly, I think we have Bridget's busy over in.
No, unfortunately, she's running the Podatorium right now, but she is your cruise director in the Podatorium, and she is going to be amazing when you get there. So I am super excited. If you guys want to take back control of your screen, you can go to the upper right-hand corner and click on gallery or speaker view, and then you guys can see all of the people instead of just one box. If you want to see the entire room, or you can put it on speaker view. If you are scheduled for an 11 o'clock interview, it is 11 o'clock Pacific time. All the times are probably going to be confirmed to you in Pacific. It's 11:11, and you are 11 minutes. 11:11 is a great time to do this, but 11 minutes late for your interview. So be sure to go over to the Podatorium, check your email. You will get a link for the Podatorium. If you don't see it or can't find it, please put a note, send a note to support. Our support line is a little snowed under right now, but their priority is to get people to the Podatorium for their interviews. Make sure that you do that and watch your chat. Because if we see you in there and we can private chat you, we will try to do that. But please stay on time and be there 5 minutes before your interview. So I know our last speaker ran late, but we definitely want to be sure that you guys get there on time. Don't want to shortchange your interviews. So for those of you who have 11 o'clock, hopefully you are not here. Hopefully you are already in the Podatorium, and Bridget will get you assigned. Again, if you have any problems or can't find the link or can't find your email the support line, which is support@podapalooza.com, and they will give you a link to be able to join the Podatorium. All right. All right. Very exciting stuff.
Woohoo! Well, we're going to jump right into our next speaker, you guys. I have the absolute pleasure. Kimberly, is it okay if we jump right into Evans? Okay, awesome. Okay, you guys, I have the pleasure of introducing you to our next speaker. If someone could highlight and spotlight Evans here, I'm going to bring him up. Actually, I can do it right here. All right. We've got Evans on the stage. All right, you guys. Not only is Evans the world's best podcast monetization coach, he helps entrepreneurs build million-dollar businesses without sales calls or paid ads by using the podcast sales machine blueprint to pop-up method, which I get to co-host and teach with him as well. So Evans is one of my amazing partners. I love him so much. He is one of the best guys out there, and he is so smart when it comes to podcast monetization, guys. That's why we partnered together. We met, guess what, where? Through a podcast interview. Evans, I'll let you take it away. It's all yours.
All right. Thank you. Well, hello, Podapaloozians. What is happening? I just came up with that. I don't even know if that's a real thing or not, but hopefully it works. Maybe it'll stick. That's the new catchphrase, right?
Podapaloozians. Yes.
Oh my God. I love it so much. I actually was typing in the chat like that might be my new favorite.
All right. Well, I'm just going to drop the mic and leave. I'll see y'all later. No, I'm just kidding. Well, thank you. I see some familiar faces in here, and I'm really excited to be here. Thank you for the introduction, Michelle. And today we're going to go quick. I'm setting my timer because I know I've got a limit. So I'm going to go fast and furious, but it's going to be fun. So is everybody excited about going fast and furious and having some fun? Yes, yes. All right. I want to make sure we get some engagement, some stuff in the chat, keep me going, keep my energy up so we can have a lot of fun. Now, I want to ask you all a few questions first. Who here would love to make more impact and more income while selling out your online events and your premium high ticket offers? We got some yeses, some yeses, some yeses. All right, I'm seeing the chat fired up. Great. Who here would like to do that faster and easier rather than slower and hard? Right? Yes. All right. So who here by the end of this 20 minutes would love to have 4 proven principles that we use to grow our business beyond 7 figures to an audience of over 4.5 million, that's with an M, and sold the business to a group of really eager buyers at an auction? Who would like those 4 principles? Yes, yes, yes. I'm seeing some me's. All right. Thank y'all. Thank you for keeping engaged. So here's what I want to share with you. This is something that that not many people talk about, but you guys are seeing me right now talking to you, but I want to share a little secret. The listeners in this room have the power. It is not the speaker that has the power. It is you, the listener, that has the power. Now, what do I mean by that? You have the power right now to be a consumer or a creator. Consumer or creator. By engaging with me today, by keeping a beginner's mind, and by listening from a place of possibility, you open up the infinite potential and infinite possibilities to grow your business and change your life. So with that in mind, who here is ready to be a creator rather than a consumer? Give me a yes. Yes. All right, great. So what I want to share now, we're going to dive into these 4 principles because we got a little bit of time, not much, but what these are, these 4 principles, and I say principles because these were success principles versus tactics, strategies, hacks, shortcuts, things like that. So what do I mean by that? Is that principles are much more powerful because the only thing that can overpower a principle is a stronger principle, right? So principles are what we want to base our businesses on when we want to be successful. So is it okay if I show you guys these 4 principles to help you create eager buyers, hyper eager buyers? Yes, yes. Okay, good. So number 1, this is the first one. So this is a writer downer. Create your best version of yourself. Create your best version of yourself. Now, before I discovered this, just to give you guys a quick, 5,000 million foot view of this story, before I discovered this, I was at a pretty dark place. Our business was failing. I was failing as a husband, as a father. My health was failing. I was overweight. I was stressed out all the time. It was just not a good point in my life, right? And I was struggling. I suffered with, like many of us do, maybe you've gone through this too, with imposter syndrome. I was living in the place of, if I'm going to be successful, I have to work harder. I have to keep pushing harder. Has anybody ever felt like that? You're told that story of you got to keep going harder. You got to hustle, hard. That's where I was living. I thought I needed more education. I needed to buy the next course. I just needed to go to the next event. I just need to do the next thing. I was stuck playing small. And sometimes when you're struggling like that, you're always looking for outside reasons why you're struggling, right? And people will actually reflect that back to you. They will tell you, well, it's just because you're not working hard enough. They'll tell you, it's just because you haven't learned the new strategy, that hot new webinar tactic that you can do. They'll tell you that you just aren't putting enough effort in, that you just got to try harder, push harder. But the fact is, when I sat down and did this, and this is a hard thing for each of us to understand and to admit, really more to admit, when I sat down and did this, I discovered that what was really the problem was this guy right here. This guy right here was a dabbler. Now, what do I mean by that? I dabbled in everything. I don't know if any of you would have raised your hand and said that was me, but if you're brave and you're honest, that might be you. I mean, we do this a lot, right? When we dabble, we dip our toes in the water. We don't dive in. When we dabble, we just try. We don't actually do. When we dabble, we don't decide. And I'm telling you right now, the number one thing you need to do to create the best version of you is to do this one thing. Stop being a dabbler. Start being a decider. You need to decide right now, commit to yourself to rise into your highest authentic self. You have to decide that so you can shine your message and your mission out to the world so you can affect those you were meant to serve. Because somebody is out there right now for each of you in this room, and I can only see part of you, but somebody is out there waiting to hear your message. They're waiting for you to come knocking on their door and to change their life. That's for each of you, and I believe in you, right? And so if you're not ready to commit yet because you have a little bit of a lack of belief, that's okay. I've been there before. But here's the thing. And Michelle would say the same thing. You can borrow our belief right now. You can borrow our belief that you have something special in you that will change the world. You can borrow that belief right now and commit to yourself. So I'm going to ask you, and I want to see it in the chat. I want to know if anybody in this room is ready to decide to commit on themselves and to go all in on you. If that's you, say I am in the chat. Give me some I ams. All right. I'm loving it. Loving it. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. That's great. So this next thing we want to talk about, the next principle, now that we've decided to go all in on ourselves, I love it. I love it because it is 100% true. Once you go all in on you, the world will open up to possibilities. The next thing you want to do is create your own ocean. This is principle number 2. Create your own ocean. Who in the room has ever heard these two terms? Red ocean, blue ocean. Right? I'm seeing it. Yes. Red ocean, blue ocean. I'm seeing some yeses. The deal with red ocean, blue ocean, where we were stuck is our business was not growing and we were paralyzed because we were constantly worried about what's our niche? Is that niche too overcrowded? Right? Are there too many podcasts out there right now to launch my podcast? Some of you might be going through that right now. Are there already too many speakers out there sharing a similar message? You know, should I write this book? Because there's so many books out there already like this. Right? If any of you are struggling with that, that's okay. I did too. We were really struggling with it and it was paralyzing our business. We were wondering, what's our niche? Is it too overcrowded? Should I even start down this road? Where's the audience? What should I sell? Because everybody is doing it. Red ocean, blue ocean, red ocean, blue ocean. And then we made this crazy discovery. Create your own ocean, people. Create your own ocean. Stop worrying about who's swimming over there in this ocean. Stop worrying about who's in this blue ocean over here. Create your own ocean. And I'm looking now, all right? Like I'm looking at you guys on here, Allie, like create Allie's ocean, right? There's the Allie ocean. There's the Mark ocean. There's the Casey ocean. There's the Jackie ocean. It's your own ocean. Create your own ocean by rising into your authentic self. When you bet on you, and step into that power of you, you create your own ocean and you have no competition. Now, here's a practical way to create your own ocean. Start your podcast. Write your book. Write your signature speech. But don't just stop there. Put it out into the world. Put it out into the world. Okay, so you create your own ocean. You want people swimming in your ocean because those are the people that want to be there. All right, so next that we've created our own ocean, number 3, create your dream clients. Create your dream clients. How many of you have heard this term all the time? You must attract your clients. That's a struggle. Right? We struggled with that. We struggled attracting clients. You know why? Because when you have a podcast, when you're speaking, when you put out a book, you cannot tell people, don't listen to my podcast. Don't buy my book. You can't be standing physically in the bookstore saying, you don't look right for my book. Don't buy it. Right? So you're going to get this audience of people filling your ocean. But here's the thing that we discovered. And the reason we were struggling is that not everybody was ready to take the next step. Some of them were not our ideal clients. Some of them just weren't ready. They needed to transform their beliefs. So that's where we stumbled onto this. One of the best ways to create hyper-eager buyers is to create those hyper-eager buyers. If you learn to create your ideal dream clients, your hyper-eager buyers, guess what? You never have to worry about again. If you're going to have any clients. So who here right now in the group would love to know a little secret for creating, not attracting, that's the old way, but the new way, creating your dream clients? Give me a yes in the chat and I will share it. All right. This is what we share all the time. We create a framework in our podcast sales machine called the Dream Client Content Creation Framework. Imagine that, right? Real original name, but it tells you exactly what you're going to do. And this is what it is. You must help your listener, your reader, your audience. You must help that person be who they need to be to do the thing they wish to do, and then help them go do it. Help them be who they need to be to do the thing they wish to do, and then help them go do it. You discover what their aspirations are, what that future that they wish to have, that they wish to hold, that they wish to live in, what that looks like to them. And you don't feed them a bunch of information. You feed them stories that create transformation. Somebody put transformation in the chat for me. I know that's a long, complicated word. I might even have a hard time spelling it, but create a transformation, right? Once you help people be who they need to be to do the thing they wish to do, and then show them how to go do it, you have created a business model that you will never have to struggle ever again for, to have hyper eager buyers showing up to buy your premium products and offers, to have people lined up around the door to come to your virtual events, whether those are challenges, online events, webinars, whatever that looks like. And it all comes from the Be, Do, Go framework, creating, not attracting, but creating your dream clients, helping them achieve that aspirational future they wish to achieve. I wish somebody would have been there doing that for me. And that's why I'm dedicated to do that for people like you, and to help teach people to do it for others. All right, so we're moving along. I know I got 6 minutes, it looks like, so we're getting to number 4. Number 4, create your commitment to connection. Create your commitment to connection. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I actually took the spotlight off of me, and I put it on all the little small boxes, the Brady Bunch thing, going on here, because I want to look at you. Because I believe in connection. I believe in building that emotional bond with my audience by looking them in the eye to see how they're reacting to me, to see if I'm getting through to them, if I'm changing any beliefs, if I'm helping them, if I'm serving them. Now, as a podcaster, this can be very challenging, right? We're talking about the podcast sales machine that we're creating here, but now a lot of this can be applied to those of you that are speaking and those of you that are writing books too. But when you do a podcast, one of the most challenging things, one of the things that we struggled with was, okay, I've stepped into my highest authentic self. I'm starting to not play small anymore. I'm getting my message out there. I'm moving forward with clarity. I'm committed. I'm committed to serving and helping people, right? I've created my own ocean. I created this podcast. I created this signature speech. I wrote the book. I'm out there sharing it. I've now got the system in place to create my dream clients. We've grown an audience to 150,000 monthly listeners. This is what we did with our business. It was amazing. But guess what we weren't doing? Getting a lot of sales. This is where we stumbled into this amazing thing that seems so simple now when I look back at it. I call it the selling without selling system. Selling without selling system. And I told you, this principle is to create your commitment to connection. What you have to do in order to accelerate revenue, you must accelerate relationships. To accelerate revenue, you must accelerate relationships. And the way you do that is you move the conversation in podcasting, especially from one-way conversation to a two-way connection. One-way conversation to a two-way connection. So here's what we did. We moved people to a space where we could build a relationship. We quit focusing on the transaction and focused on the transformation. And developing the relationship. Because here's the simple formula, everybody. People just want to be seen, heard, and celebrated. Seen, heard, and celebrated. And the best way to do that is move them from your podcast to a two-way conversation that you can have with them. Is everybody getting this? Somebody give me a celebration. Give me a high five on the screen if you're getting this, right? Yes, yes. All right. So the sell without selling method, once we implemented this is crazy pants, everybody. I'm telling you, this is what opened up the floodgates to go from $0 to $500,000 in 12 months. $0 to $500,000 in 12 months, 100% organically, 100% through a podcast. But what we did, which we didn't realize, which is even more powerful, is we built deep emotional connection with our audience. And those people that bought from us, they came back again and again and again and again. And on top of that, they bought more expensive offers from us. And even better than that, they trusted and believed in us enough to refer business to us on a regular basis. I see Michelle shaking her head because I smile, because I love working with Michelle, because everybody refers their friends and family and clients and whoever it is, their pets to Michelle. I mean, she lives on referrals because that's the kind of person she is. So who here would love to have that kind of business where you have such hyper eager buyers that know, like, and trust you and come back to you again and again and again and again and again? Yes, yes, yes. I'm seeing it. All right. So real quickly, let's go through these 4 principles again, just so you have them. First of all, create your best version of yourself. I know you guys can do it. Borrow our belief if you need it, but you got something special in you, and it's your moral obligation to get it out there and start changing lives. So if you don't take anything from this today, please, please, please launch your podcast, start your speaking program, start your book, get it out there, start sharing, because somebody needs you. Somebody needs you. So please commit to yourself. Next, create your own ocean. Don't rely on going out into everybody else's ocean. Be your authentic self. Attract those that are attracted to you. You want the people swimming towards you, not going out and trying to rope people back over to you. Okay? You are going to attract who you're meant to serve when you step into your highest authentic self. Next, create your dream clients. Stop listening to those people that tell you just to attract your clients. Create clients. You'll never have to worry about them again, because what you want to do is make sure you're giving them what they need to do, help them be who they need to be to do the thing they wish to do, and then show them the path to do that. Help them achieve their aspirational future. And then last, obviously, create your commitment to connection. Create your commitment to connection. Start focusing on relationships, right? And it's very simple. Moving people to an event like this, moving people to a masterclass like what we have, which I'm going to share something with you in a second. Moving people to, we have a client who just takes people once a week. They come into a Zoom and they talk. Imagine that. People want to be seen, heard, and celebrated. Right? I'm seeing you all now. I'm not hearing you, but I am in the chat, and I am celebrating you for showing up today, for getting in the room, for believing in yourself, for taking this, maybe your first step. This may be the first step for some of you. This may be the next step for others of you. But you're in the room, and I celebrate you for that. So Michelle, I know we've run out of time. I hope, have you guys found this valuable? If yes, wave some hands, give me some yeses in the chat, show me some love. I just want to know that I helped change a little bit of belief for somebody in here. Yes, yes, yes.
Amazing, you guys. Isn't
awesome.
Evan awesome? Oh my gosh. Well, see, do you see why I work with him?
What I have real quickly, I know before we wrap up and go to the next amazing speaker, and I love James. James is awesome. It was great to be able to just follow after him. So I hope I was able to keep the energy up and the awesomeness up that James brought to the table. But some of you made me thinking, like, what's next? So what I want to share with you real quickly is if you want to learn how to apply these principles, actually apply them, join Michelle and I in a masterclass, get in the room with us and build out your own podcast sales machine. Build it out. We'll actually build, we're not talking about just, throwing a bunch of info at you. We're going to actually give you the blueprint for your podcast sales machine in that 4 hours when you spend with us. But here's the thing. I celebrated you for taking the step and being in this room. But what I really want to celebrate you for is when you come over and join us and you get in the real room, the private room, the Q&A room. We have a VIP upgrade room. And here's the thing that happens in there that's so amazing is that you get to hang out with Michelle and myself, ask us any questions, get those answers. Have any problems, bring them to the table. We'll solve them. Some one-on-one coaching that goes on in that VIP Q&A session that everybody else doesn't get in the general session. So you can come get that. Also, I didn't even tell Michelle this. I always like to throw these sort of like things, surprise Michelle at the last minute. But what I'm going to give each of you that joins the VIP today, I'm actually giving you 2 days, today and tomorrow before this expires. You'll actually get a one-on-one call with me reserved after the event. We only have limited slots in this after we do our event, and it's open for everybody, and they usually fill up. But here's the thing. Anybody that joins through Podapalooza and joins our VIP gets that ticket. I'm going to give you a one-on-one spot. I don't care if everything's gone. I will find the time for you. And my hourly rate is now at $2,500. So we're talking about a really nice bonus here for you guys because I want to help you. I want to serve you.
That's huge, guys. Wow.
Now,
I mean, that's awesome.
Yeah. And our VIP. So when you come to Michelle, drop the link in there. It's podcastsalesmachine.com. When you go there, here's the next thing I'm going to give you that I don't even know if I told Michelle this, but you're not going to pay $197 for our VIP, which is the regular price. We got it on special now for $97. But I want y'all to pay $47 for it. That's it, $47. So when you go sign up, you'll get the free ticket on podcastsalesmachine.com. That's step one. Step two, on the thank you page, you have the opportunity to buy and upgrade to the VIP. To get in the room with us, use the word POD, pod, in the discount little area where you'll see the little form. It'll say, do you have a discount code? Use the word pod. You'll get it for $47.
Awesome, Evans. Thank you so much for being here with us today. Guys, wasn't he awesome? Make sure you head over to podcastsalesmachine.com and get the free ticket. And then on the upgrade, enter the word pod for it to be dropped down from $197 to $47. Thank you so much, Evans, for being with us today. You are awesome. Guys, make sure you connect with us. We'll see you March 17th at our podcast sales machine. And oh my gosh, guys, we've got more speakers lined up for today. Can't wait for the next ones coming up.